Favourite module I think was Ocean and Earth Science, Earth Systems with Elko Rowling, the lecturer. This was because very interesting lecturer. I felt a lot was covered in the module, from like literally out of space to inside the Earth. So it really did cover a lot. Funny lecturer, I suppose. You guys might not necessarily have him, but yeah, I really enjoyed going to the lectures as well.
My favourite module was Marine Ecology with Copley. He organised it. I think it was my favourite because it just showed you the variety of different environments within the marine environment, covering topics like tropical marine environments to polar ones to the deep sea. It was very interesting, and the PowerPoints were really good, well done, and we did a boat practical which was really interesting, and we did lab work. So yeah, it grasped my attention.
My favourite modules, I've had a lot of them actually. A lot of them have been associated with energy. The geography modules are good. The SOES modules, what are SOES? Biology, not so much, but I've loved it.
I'd have to say my favourite module of the second year was probably the physics module, energy and the environment. I really enjoyed it because it just outlined exactly all it gave you actual numbers to work with and showed you how energy intensive individual items were, like how energy intensive flying was, and it just really shows you what are the things you need to work on in the future. And just now it's given me so much more inspiration to go forth and try and make some big differences out in the real world.
My favourite module of Year 2 was Demography 2010 Population in Developing Society, because it involved lots of different things that we've been learning, but also related it to people and how that works in developing society.
So tell me, what was your favourite module of third year?
My favourite module was actually a University Ambassador Scheme, where you go into school and you basically teach, and it was really good. It was something totally different, something I hadn't even considered before. But it was a great experience, and it was hard work, the time you had to put in, but it was definitely worth it. And it was probably the most rewarding modules I've done. And probably one of the best transferable skills I've got from university was going into school and teaching kids. It was quite frightening, but it was definitely worth it.
Yeah. What about you, Fee?
I think that the modules in third year were actually quite a lot more enjoyable than the other 2 years, because I felt they were a lot more relevant to the degree. I particularly enjoyed biodiversity and conservation in the first semester of third year, which was my pathway's biodiversity and conservation, so it was really relevant to that, and that was part of the School of Biology. I also really enjoyed the environmental practices and issues, because I felt that was what the whole degree is all about. It was really on topic, really current, up to date, and because you get to select all of your modules, really you should be all right with ones that you like.
What pathway are you on, Alex?
I do environmental change pathway.
Yeah.
So that's quite a broad topic. You can do a lot. That's why I like it, because you can do a lot of stuff, and you can also not only look at the future, but look at the past. So look at paleoecology and paleoclimatology, which I found really interesting. So you can pretty much make the degree how you want it to be. So it's not really a set structure like a lot of other degrees. You can really follow your own interests, which you learn through your first and beginning of the second year. You can realise what you enjoy and what you can.
Yeah, you can make it your own degree. You can tailor it to your own specific interests, which is a massive plus point, I think.
Yep. We've also had an environmental science module, practice and issues, which is really enjoyable. It's, a lot of the courses are made up with coursework, 50% coursework, and it was a really good group situation where we had to consultancy exercise, which has been a great experience for the working world.
It made it really, really real, and we were put under the same sort of situations that you would be if you were in a real job. So I think that's a really good experience for when you actually leave uni, which is obviously this year for us. So I think that we feel very, very ready to now go out and use what we've learned in that module.
Definitely. So tell me what your favourite module of third year was.
Well, I really enjoyed doing some of the other modules from other departments. So my favourite module of this year was Geography 2032, which was looking at climate change and how we've come to those kind of conclusions, looking at modelling, looking at the impacts of it. And that's kind of really current and something I was really interested in before I came to university, so it's nice to
finally get a chance to look at how it all works. And yeah, that's definitely one of the benefits of the degree, that you don't just do environmental science modules, you can do like demographics, geography, oceanography, you can do some engineering ones. So yeah, I really enjoyed kind of doing something a bit outside of the box.